My name is Rudy. This will be my first day here. I believe it's an 8-week program, and I'm just confused. I don't know what to expect. Don't know anything about it. So I'm just happy to be here. Start.
It's my first day at Pitzer College. My name is Benjamin Guillen. Kind of entering this blind because I don't know what to expect out of this.
My name is Jack Irving. My first day at Pitzer College. I'm excited. I'm excited more for the program to see what I'm going to be in 10 weeks, what the future's going to hold for me. And I'm just trying to be a better man today than I was yesterday and live my life that way.
Stole some phones and sold them. Blamed it on a recession, so they promptly gave me a cell. Reception always had full bars, and court they read me a text. It had several sentences. Change don't come when you're up in the pen. Pictures on the wall. My girl removed our pictures from the hall. I couldn't vote them in. A felony conviction. Now that I'm out again, I can't get a job again. What happened to my job placement? Truly, this nation needs rehabilitation.
Okay, my name is Eileen, and I'm at the first day of the Reintegration Academy at Pitzer College. And I got interested in this program because when I first got out of prison, and the program I was in, the ladies were in the program already, and it was almost over by that time. But I showed an interest in it and was waiting for the next enrollment so that I could get involved in it. It looked really interesting to me.
I can't wait to see what they're going to bring. It sounds exciting. And, well, I don't know. I'm just waiting to see what all I'm going to get out of it. I just love to get knowledge and whatnot, so.
I heard a lot of good things about it. 85% of the people that come here, they leave here with a life career, and most of them stay with it, stick to it, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm coming from El Monte. Originally, I came out of LA, but when I got out, my parents are already living in El Monte, so that's where I'm staying at. And it's so hard to do anything. I don't even have a car. I should be getting my driver's license pretty soon, hopefully, on the 18th. So it's kind of hard to get around. Especially like today, my sister brought me over. It was like a 30 or 44-minute drive or something like that. But yeah, I'm just getting adjusted to everything after 28 years, and I have been incarcerated, so everything is way out, so different.
I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to learn some new things and great opportunities that's put in for me. I'm just glad to be here, and I appreciate the chance to be chosen.
First day here, and my initial excitement is a little bit of anxiety. Don't know what to expect. I've only been out of prison for exactly 5 weeks now, so everything's still new to me and fresh to me.
Hi, my name is Nelita Cruz, and this is my first time here for a special event for the Reintegration Academy with Dr. Reese. I am super happy to be here and excited to know more details about it.
My name is Barbara Chavez. I had life without parole. I served 20 years, 4 months.
My name is Cornelius D. Gandy. I served 25 years on a 25 to life.
My name is Gloria. I served 21 years, 3 months.
My name is Nelita, and I served 17 years on a 7 to life sentence.
My name is Eileen, and I served 16 years on a life with the possibility parole sentence.
My name is Cynthia Matthews. I did a 15 to life and did 33 years.
First of all, I want to say when you come in, let's make sure we take our hats off. If you have a hat, I want to say welcome to the Reintegration Academy. This is the 7th cohort. And this is when your life changes. And it's not overnight, but it's incremental. You don't do anything by yourself. This is our network. When you put this on, this is our badge. This is our emblem. This is our symbol, right? Everybody knows when you wear this that we're separate as the 5 fingers, but we're one as a hand. And nobody breaks the band line. But Star, you can't be so idealistic that you sabotage yourself. Right? So you need the idealism saying that you can jump out there and you'll learn how to swim. Well, a miracle can happen. You need some of that inside of you. But then you need the realism to say, if I jump out there and try to save them, that's 2 people that are dead. So the key is to have the idealism on this side, that you can do anything. But then have the realism on this side. Go out and get you a job, get you a foundation, work for somebody, get some expertise before you start your own business. Because so many people fail because they're all the way on this side and they have these grandiose expectations of what they want to do. They want to jump out, just jump out there and try to save that person, right? And so let's be idealistic, but at the same time, let's be realistic, okay?
Do you have a job, yes or no? What is your job title? Do you have any educational goals? This could be associate degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, and so on. Go ahead and write down your educational goals. What is your greatest strength? Is it your leadership? Is it communication? Are you a good listener?
I had the mentality at the time like, oh, they can't tell me who I'm gonna love. It's her dad, you know. But come to find out, like, yeah, I ended up doing 10 months off for that one. So just really that last time coming to the point where, and kind of preparing in my mind before I was even released, like, you know what, whatever it is that they're saying I need to do, even if it's not talking on the phone, not being around people, like whatever little thing it is, just don't do it. And kind of once I made that decision, I didn't have any more problems. They ended up just like releasing, I think I was on parole a couple more months and they ended up just discharging me. It was finding out like what to major in, what did I want to do. I find this not only with myself, but also like the transfer applicants that I work with. That's like the #1 thing that they're asking me as we fill out the application is like, what should I major in? And I've really come to know like, it's about following your passion. Because if you let like the counselors or other people kind of tell you what you should major in, guess what, your heart is probably not in it. And it's hard, it's not easy to get a good 4-year degree. It takes determination, so your heart needs to be in it. You want to be doing something that you're passionate about, so at the end of the day, you're going to finish. You're going to finish the class, you're going to finish the book, you're going to finish the schoolwork.
But what really motivates me to be here, to volunteer, is, you know, I don't get credit, we don't get paid, we don't want none of that. One of the reasons we do it is because I come from a community where my friends have died. The day I went to go defend my master's so they could say, yes, I passed, before I went to the cemetery because I told my homie that was murdered that I would get my master's for him. And that was a big step for me. So, you know, I think one of the reasons that I'm here today is just seeing people being positive and want to do something, you know, change, whatever that means to you, just moving forward, you know.
What we are learning here, we can embrace it and just make it work for us. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you for being here. I've done 17 years on a life sentence, and by God's grace, I've been discharged approximately a year ago. So I have a food ministry that I do in the city of Pomona and Glendora, and also a clothing ministry that we send clothes to the South Americas and Mexico. And so we are touching lives near, wide, and far. But all that I've got here, it helps me to do what I'm doing now. And so I pray that this is a beneficial class to you and that you'll make good use of it. All right? Thank you, sir.
First of all, I'm assuming everybody's just coming home recently, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna say welcome home. Me, myself, I'm gonna just echo what the pastor just said. I've been home 4.5 years now. And I had an opportunity to come through this program with my parole officer. What's up, bro? And it was a wonderful opportunity. I'm gonna tell you, get to network with a bunch of wonderful people, and another thing is we get to network with each other, because coming home, how many of you guys former lifers? Look at Jeff. Okay, so the most important thing I hear, I'm gonna tell you, is continue to network with that lifer population that we were networking together in there to try to figure out what we need to do to go to the board to get found suitable to come home. We still network today. We network on if you need car service. We network if you need a job. We network on if you need housing. You know, we still have this connection going on. Say is, you know, take advantage, man, of this second, and women, of this second opportunity that you guys deserve, and just make the most of it. You know, just still be conscious. I'm just re-echoing something that I know that y'all know already. Just be conscious of your decision making, you know, because we still on parole. We still gonna be held accountable at a higher degree than anybody else. So y'all already know what to do. Y'all made it this far.
Okay, so my name is Gianna, and some of the ladies back here, they know me from CIW. I did almost 33 years in prison. I was released in 2013. I was the first woman to come to the Reintegration Academy. Thank you, Dr. Reese, for opening that door for me, and now it's open for all the other women as well. Since I've been released, a lot has happened. I did really well on parole for a couple of years and got into a domestic violence relationship, went back to prison for 3 years, got out, and I've been out now since 2015. I have a wonderful job. I am a certified counselor now, and I work at a treatment center that houses, it's a treatment center for men. And I just got my first apartment with another lady that finished one of the treatment facilities. So life is really good. It can happen. If you put your mind to change, if you put your mind to walking and wearing that freedom that you have today, the best thing that you can ever put on is freedom. You may put on your shoes and your socks and your clothes, but put freedom on first, because that's number one. And that's what will get you through that day. And that's what will keep you motivated and keep you moving on into the rest of your life. Thank you.
During the Reintegration Academy, as you know, we toured the colleges, Cal Poly Pomona, the Claremont colleges, and during that time, we also had professors here at Pitzer College tell the class about the New Resource Scholarship, which allows people of non-traditional age, non-traditional background to apply for basically a full ride scholarship to attend here at Pitzer College. At the time, I was a student at Santa Monica Community College. I had just got my associate's degree, and I was coming to the Reintegration Academy, and I was hopefully heading to Cal Poly Pomona. But once I found out about the scholarship here at Pitzer and the core values that Pitzer stands for, environmental sustainability, intercultural understanding, social justice, these issues resonated with me.
Right next to you, right? So get to know each other, talk to each other, give yourselves a big round of applause.
You know, there's always this whole, you're grown up, you know, don't become a criminal, don't, you know, fall down these paths, because you get like this preconceived notion that all criminals are the same, you know, cookie cutter, like they're just bad people. But in reality, that's not the truth at all. You know, we all are that one mistake from, you know, similar circumstances. And it's just really important to like understand when, you know, we're out here meeting you guys. I got to meet Guillermo. It's just, you know, sort of like that aspect of society that no one wants to talk about, you know. People don't bring attention to this, you know. It's like they're criminals, it's what they've gotten, that's sort of like the stigma. But, you know, that's not the case at all, because at the end of the day, what these experiences, going to CIM, you know, being in front of all you guys, what it really teaches is that at the end of the day, we're all human beings.
It's Trey BL, and I always like to find how have you interviewing us, has it changed your perspective on prison and prisoners?
And meeting Jack and him telling me his story of how, you know, he would read, he would do all these things to try to like keep his mind sharp. And he got out, he has his wife, he has his daughter, you know, this is paradise to him. He's not looking for the hereafter, he's looking for, you know, he's trying to work for his kid, make sure their better life, his wife, and it's kind of just like all this experiences, you're humanizing yourselves to me in a sense. And I believe that's what's needed in society, because a lot of people have that social constructed belief is like, you're not part of us, you're something different, you're not fit for us. But in reality, that's not the truth. And so that's kind of what interviewing you guys and talking to you guys and meeting you guys personally has really done for me.
I was wondering, after hearing...
You're the only person I know can film and talk at the same time. That's what you call talent.
This is my profession. So I was wondering, after hearing several of you speak, first and foremost, it was very moving. I liked hearing what you guys had to say. And I believe that each and every one of you were speaking from the depth of your heart, correct? And it was all true, correct? So how would you feel if I told you that some of you would be denied and have to stay in prison longer for speaking your truth because of a word? When you said honestly, that would cost you 3 to 5 more years in prison.
I feel like there was a system that was working behind the curtains that wanted me to stay longer.
And he was talking about kind of being in class and feeling as though people are always looking at you, or feeling as though you don't really fit in there. And that resonated just because there aren't many black political science students at our school, and there's rarely more than 3 of us in a classroom. So when I sit there, it's like when I answer a question, suddenly I'm the poster child for Black men of America, or I gotta put on for like the race. Like I gotta make sure I sound eloquent. I gotta make sure everything's good. And I have those thoughts running through my head constantly, constant anxiety of like wanting to prove that I deserve to be in those spaces. And so I thought it was interesting that we come from completely different backgrounds and we still kind of have that same haunting feeling about being in classroom settings or just going throughout life.
We do feel like we have to solidify ourselves where we are and make sure people understand that we do belong, and we do belong here, you know, like we belong here. And I know that you guys are fighting for that as well, the fact that you guys belong here in society. And talking with Tyrese, it was just so amazing to have a conversation with him and how philosophical he was and how open-minded he was. And this program is very, very, very important, because you guys deserve a chance to establish yourself in society. And I think that this is the perfect program for you guys to integrate properly in society.
And with every success story we have, the benefit is exponential. When he got in our net, somebody told him, you can't. But all we said was, you can't, you can't, you can't. Now let me tell you the power of words. We always talk about the ghetto. We always talk about the inner city. We always talk about what's going on in these dysfunctional and chaotic places. Let me tell you tonight. Words can hurt. You know that. Words can damage. You know that. But if words can damage and hurt, words can heal, empower, inspire, motivate. I believe in you. You can do this. You're great. I have your back. I'm proud of you. Come on, beautiful. You don't need $1 million grant in the inner city, in the ghetto, to use your word, to tell your son, your daughter, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna be great. You might be working minimum wage, you might be broke, but the way you talk to them means everything. So when you leave at night and you talk to your daughters, you talk to your spouse, your partner, you talk to the people behind you, empower them, inspire them, motivate them, right? How much does it cost? It's free. Understand that. And don't take things for granted. The older you get, you lose people that you love. Mom, Dad, I've been there. Right? And why you can tell them. Love them. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody get caught up in being hard. People want sensitivity. Understand that.
Maybe you have stocks and something, different things that you have of value that may not necessarily be monetary in that moment. Liabilities, these are things that you're responsible for, something that you owe for. Balance, and this is the difference between your credit and your debits in your account. So essentially, what's your balance? If you have a certain amount of money, you're making a certain amount of expenses, the money left over is your current balance. That changes as you decide how much money is coming in, how much money you're putting out. And then equity, if we're talking about businesses, that's ownership you have in the company, right? How much of it do you own? Is everyone following so far?
Most people define failure as they tried something and it didn't work out the way they thought it was going to work out. I challenge you to rewrite in your mind how you see failure. Rewrite in your mind how you see failure. Failure is part of the process of success. And now I want you to redefine what success means to you.
Because, let me get it. Vaughn, Garen, Yesenia, I want you to help me with these cards. Everybody's going to get a different card.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Okay. Tell us what that means.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, in Portuguese. Okay, good. Let's.
Vietnamese and Ciao.
Ciao. Okay, ciao.
Vigat es inu.
Anybody guess what that is? So what D? What language is that? Ty, you know because you got the card too?
It also says on here that it means hello and goodbye.
If you can repeat after me how to say, I got $5. If you can repeat after me how to say please in Tagalog. I got anybody want? Jordan, you want to try? Andrew, you want to try? Okay. Jordan, you want to try? All right. Okay, come on, stand up. This is please in Tagalog for $5. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Pwede bang matuluang ninyo ako?
I ain't even try.
Star, you want to try? Lisa James, you want to try? Do it one more time. Arthur?
Nah, but you gotta say it smooth.
Smooth.
Do it
I
one more
said it
time.
smooth. All right, I'll say it slow. All right, I'll say it slow.
Hey, repeat that.
Okay, I'll say it slow. Pwede bang matuluan niyo ako?
No.
One more time, slow.
Tyree? Oh, that's Swahili mixed with it. But you tried, though. I'm gonna give you that. You tried. Did you try?
No, I need.
Okay, somebody try. So I want to give away this money. Francisco? Niyo ako. Pwede bang matuluang ninyo ako? All right, give me 50 cents. All right, here we go, Jack. All right, here we go, Jack. All right, here we go. Okay. Pwede bang matuluang ninyo ako?
Damn it, never mind.
Harris? Come on, Harris. Clear? All right.
How's everybody doing? Good. Thank you for having me. As Dr. Lee said, my name is Keishad. I go by Ife. Yeah. 12 boys, 12 truths. One race, one lie, and we ask them to share their stories. How the story is the truth of this nation. You see, long before our necks proved strong enough to hang from 12-foot trees, we knew who we were. We knew our problem. These boys got stories, these boys got problems. 10-10-hour days, and not one boy is blaming his hardship on the system like project housing, bus tokens, ticket luncheons, immigration, adoption, abortion, teen pregnancy, rape, police brutality, gang violence, like mass incarceration ain't the result of this system, but who are we to say he's lying? Who are y'all to say we're lying? All he knows is mother never loved him. Mother left him on the doorstep, soul grasping for love, facing arm reminiscent about touch. All he knows is father never claimed him, father too was never claimed, so father never knew love, father never gave love, he never knew trust, and we asked him to trust us. Our word is our bond, we must be here tomorrow, because 12 boys got 12 stories. And the root of this problem, whether it be the household or the system, is that nobody is listening. One boy doesn't know his last name, he's still hoping he gets adopted. 2 boys in the midst of an argument, one calls the sister a bitch, she runs out the door. Some hours later, she comes home crying, rape. He keeps blaming himself. The other boy can't fathom with the fact that he didn't stop his younger sister from running out that door. 3 boys can love his pain. I'm one of them. 4 boys got the exact same story. 4 boys got the exact same story. 5 boys can't fathom with the fact that their mother is using their bodies to make ends meet. 6 boys won't even talk. Their tears are telling their stories. Now the 12 boys, only one father got deported. I'm not talking about mine. Some fathers aren't there, some fathers are in jail. And out of 12 boys, only 1 boy has never met his mother. 7 boys got mothers who strung out on drugs, and only 1 mother is on the street to recover. I'm talking about mine. 8 boys want to be free. They're like, I can't go back to juvie. 9 boys, because of these 10-10-hour days, want to go to college. 10 boys more confident than they ever been. 11 boys blame their hardships on one decision, deciding to be the same. 12 boys think it's a chance they can be different. 1 race. We blame it on the system, but we, these 12 boys, blame it on our households. We blame it on the leader of our household decisions. We like we never knew love, we never had love. All the system needs is love, though. Like I wonder if he loved me, would he have still put the trigger? Because if father knew love, father would be here. Mother would be here. 12 boys, 12 truths, 1 race, 1 lie. Both just needed love. Thank you.
Like I was molested, right? And in order to block myself from the molestation, I would fight. This is something that I used because I thought that I wasn't good enough to be with the group of guys that I was with. So me fighting more and being more violent was a way to me to solidify myself within the group, right? Everybody has their own thing. But now it's a different thing because when you open up about the stuff that you've been through, when you sit in these classes, somebody else been through. Somebody else been through, somebody else been through. And now it's a different education because now they can teach their kids on why they were like that. Me and my mother have a different, I don't like to say this, but I had a real hatred for my mother because I felt that she picked drugs over me, right? But now that I understand drugs, right, history, I understand that the drugs was put in my community. Right? And I understand the system of what was given to us, right? I have an empathetic understanding with my mother to understand that some people, right, through their brain, and some people are more addictive than others, right? They can't stop it. They can't get over it like that. So I have an empathetic approach. So that's a different type of education.
2 weeks ago, my wife and I were in our man cave watching TV. 1 o'clock in the morning, I look at my email on the computer, and I got accepted to Cal Poly Pomona. And how networking got me here, while in prison, they had the Kairos prison ministry. A lot of you guys may know about Kairos. And a guy said across my table, this was in 2003, and a guy looked at me and said, hey, I know you. And I'm thinking, okay, this is an older white man. I said, well, you don't know me, I've never seen you before. So he came back the next day with a photocopy of a picture from his daughter's yearbook from 1991. And he says, I remember your face. That's how I knew you. His name was Marty Gentleman. And Marty happened to work with Dr. Reeves. So as I was transferred from place to place, I went to CRC. While at CRC, Marty said, okay, hey, you need to be a part of Project Rebound. They're coming to CRC. So I get ready, I go to the chapel, I'm there, no one's at the chapel. Turns out that it was on the S&Y yard. So therefore I missed out on the whole thing. So Marty made sure that I had his number. Now this was in 2011. So fast forward to 2017, right before I got ready to get out, I start seeing a lot about Project Rebound. So I called my wife and I said, hey, you know, I have a couple weeks before I come home. Can you call him for me? So my wife got on the phone, she talked to him, and he told her, make sure he comes sees me the day after he gets out. Because the day I got out, you know, we're gonna be with family. So the day after I got out, my wife and I drove to Cal Poly Pomona, and we sat in the little room that they have, the little cubicle, the little trailer there, and he talked to us. And the first thing he told us was that we're gonna have to do this together, not apart, meaning it's gonna take all of us. So we went over to his office, he talked more about Project Rebound, and he told me, well, I want you to come to Pitzer because we're having the Reintegration Academy. Now they had already been going on for, I think, 5 weeks. Okay, now this was like, now my third day out. So when I got here, I'm way behind everybody else. But the group accepted me as if I was still there from day one. And put me up for area manager of Amazon. I do have information if you guys don't have jobs, if somebody needs jobs dealing with Amazon, because we're opening up 4 buildings here in San Bernardino County, and it's there for you. The thing is, you have to network, you know, and I'm thankful that that man sat across my table in 2003, because had he not sat across my table, I wouldn't have met Dr. Reese. Had he not handed me the phone number and said, hey, you need to be a part of Project Rebound, I wouldn't be here. A lot of us didn't know what we were doing the day that they opened the doors for us to come home. We're like, oh, what am I gonna do? But networking, it kept me going.
Describes your personality type, and I brought the personality type reports for you as well. Okay? All right, so no personality type is the best or better. Any questions about sensors? Perfect. We're moving on to intuition. Some characteristics to describe them. They're imaginative and verbally creative, oriented to future possibilities. They follow hunches or gut feelings. They like to see the big picture and then find out the facts.
Once we're led by Moses. Now we're just children of the wilderness, wandering the desert with old stories and no remembrance. It's easy to define race. Culture is where it gets complex. This is the story of America. And why our sons have a complex. Equal because the law says, although lawmen treat us different. Equal because the blood says, although skin shows us different. Education, a great equalizer, the workforce proves that different. You can have a great melting pot and still have bias burning at the bottom of it. Popes, politicians, and principles preach the nature of land and law, but it doesn't equate to too much when we nurture our prejudices.
That's why I stopped with you too. You know, I stopped stealing with you. You don't really know. Cause I went to jail that one time and I had to leave you with your daddy and I almost went crazy.
You should have seen his box.
I opened it like a kid on Christmas Day.
Was told the playing field is a minefield for us black boys, for us black people. And he, like most of us, felt he didn't have a choice. He took a glance at the landscape and believed he could move without setting bombs off. He, like many of us, didn't ask for this. Was born into a world who booby-trapped black space. They say we cry at birth cause it is an indication that we are alive. But what if baby boy, baby girl first ability is to sense danger? Mama's enclave was safe. felt like love. And then we are asked to exist in the area that caution movement. We are most certainly expected to stand still. To take a step forward can be catastrophic, unless it's docile, but when its step is redefining, when there's challenges, the margins of whiteness, bombs lodge hands in the handcuffs, lodge face into the hood of police cars, etc. Your body is no longer yours, much like when bomb go off, limbs go everywhere, except for the places they have to be for body to function. They are asking for the judge to give my guy 20 years, and I do not understand, and this is based on a true story.
It's been a year, I never landed a second interview. Labeled criminal, like crime is what I am. Got more time, had to show 'em what I am. When need be, my fist be diplomacy. Locked me in some hell, what was the change that you thought that it would bring to me? Product of my environment. In my mind, I escaped, books kept the iron bent. Outside, they assume beasts and question my intelligence. Provide their own answers to the questions that they pose to me. I'm feeling far side as jobs are passing me by. Wrote letters to my ex-girl just to pass time. They would never return. When they let me loose, they told me make sure you never return. Banned with a brand no one wanted, but it's on my record. A record that nobody wants. Nobody buying stock in me. Going crazier than ever, although state pays for my therapy. They tell me keep my head up, chest out, like a soldier headed off to war. My war is on the streets. The streets were on my mind. My mind is like a cell, but I'm holding on to freedom.
I did 21, almost 22 years. When I first got out, Brown was my parole agent. And he used to talk to us about getting a career. Just don't get a job. He always used to say, get a career. Do something with your life that you can look back on. And I was telling him, this is the closest I have ever come to having a career. I never liked school. Never. I hated it, you know. But I ended up getting a GED while I was in prison. And now I'm looking forward to the window, not the door, the windows that opened up when I started in here. Everything just is out there for the taking, you know, in the right way, and I'm going for it.
Because I didn't understand that word love until I came to this class. And now I have an understanding of how much arms reach. Thank you.
Myself, 26 years incarcerated from the ages of 18 to senior in high school to 44 years old. I was released from prison with minimum life skills, and being able to come to this academy, you know, has really opened me up. It has given me the confidence to communicate and the tools to communicate with individuals and with people. And it has helped me understand that even though I had a high bar for myself, that my bar should be even higher. But I'm thankful to Dr. Reese. I'm thankful to my parole agent, who I had just paroled to Pomona. Transferred to Pomona not even a week. And he saw enough in me to give me an invitation to come and get interviewed. So I'm grateful for that. Taid, like I told you, boy, you got an infectious spirit. You come every week, you know, with that smile right there. You should be doing commercials or something. You know, but I said, I just thank to be inducted into this here family. Thank you.
In 2 months, it'll be 2 years since I've been home. And I did 29 years. And, you know, Mr. Christensen, he saw something in me. And he started talking to me about the program and wanted me to try because he knew I wanted a change in my career. And, you know, in the time that I spent in prison, I went to the parole board 4 times in 10 years, and I got denied 3 times. It was only when I was genuine and real that they finally saw in me my true remorse and everything else that goes with it to let me go home. When I interviewed with Dr. Reese, that interview sucked. It sucked. He knows it, I know it. He was putting me on the shelf with the guys that didn't make it. It was when I realized that I had to be, I turned around, I just gave a plastic interview. And when I finally turned around and I was real with him, and he saw what that parole board saw, he goes, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see in you. That's what this program is all about. Thank you for seeing what I had put on my back shelf, you know, being genuine, being real. You know, I thank you for the opportunity, and this has been probably a life-changing thing for me. You know, not probably, it is. You know, thank you.
Be the graduation this Sunday, guys, because I gotta be out of town for something. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm proud of each and every one of you guys. So I just wanted to express myself and let you guys know that we're proud of you guys, and just keep on trucking.
You got that's over 100 years of experience, including ourselves in CDC, parole. If you add all our years up, and all of us come from the institution. I've worked in the institution 17 years, from the hole to the first A2B dorm. If you're a true lifer, you know what an A2B dorm is. This is genuine. This is the best job to have, because I'm from this. I'm from this. You know, I tell my peers that this is what I do. On the outside, when I'm away, I'm talking to kids, but I grew up in this. So I'm never gonna look down at you guys, because things can change any day for any of us. But if you have the desire and the strength and the horsepower, I'm gonna support you 100%. So, man, look, it's a pleasure. Thank you for the kind words, but man, I'm not really good with pats on the back, because I do it from my heart. All right?
I just want to thank you, Dr. Reeves, and I want to thank this amazing team you've put together, like the staff that you bring in and all the volunteers that come back. We can tell that they do it out of love. And what I've discovered inside of this class is the answer to that old PBS special, knowledge is power, right? I thought I had seen parts of it before in my life, but until I was allowed to come inside of this classroom that you guys provided for us, I then grew an understanding of what it meant. I've never seen so many careers that I have personally been told, you screwed up, you can't go down that path no more. You screwed up, that's not yours no more. Because of your ignorance, you've thrown that away. Inside this room, you debunked all those myths. And for that, I love you. I love what you have created here.
The rest of the Claremonts for their Justice Education Initiative. And on behalf of the Claremont colleges, I'd like to welcome you all to Pitzer. So welcome.
So many people came to pour out into us and let us know what was available to us. I just want to encourage all of us that came out of prison to stay focused, embrace your circumstances and your struggles, let them be what builds your character and give you strength. I'm totally grateful to you, Dr. Reese. It's not the things that he gave us, but it's the heart that he puts into this program. This really meant a lot to me.
Be my first day here. I believe it's an 8-week program, and I'm just confused. I don't know what to expect. Don't know anything about it, so I'm just happy to be here. Start